Smell that? I smell the hate coming from a mile away. We saw it coming. We saw it coming, y'all. I see the hate. I smell it. You smell like the haters are out. The haters are out there everywhere. Oh, the Indiana Fever, they're better without Caitlin Clark.
Indiana Fever just won the 2025 Commissioner's Cup without Caitlin Clark. And now, ESPN talking heads and Angel Reese fans are throwing a party, claiming the team is actually better without her. Yep, better without the rookie phenom who led them out of WNBA irrelevance. So what's really going on? Is this a legit case of addition by subtraction? Or just another hate-fueled fever dream? Buckle up, because this twist might just break the WNBA internet in half.
Wait. Y'all are sitting here trying to say the Fever play better without Clark? Are y'all serious? Clark was holding his team back? What? Are you serious? Come on, man. Let's stop playing games, B. Number one, the Indiana Fever are playing good. They're on a winning streak. They beat the number one team for the Commissioner Cup, the Minnesota Lynx. They just blew out the Las Vegas Aces by 27 points last night. They are playing.
Indiana Fever just won the Commissioner's Cup without Caitlin Clark, and the haters are running wild like someone just dropped a free Beyoncé ticket with their name on it. Suddenly, out of the woodwork comes that lady. You know the one. The same one who swore up and down last year that Angel Reese was better than Clark.
This is the world's dumbest debate. I can't believe that there are people going on national television, drawing paychecks, and putting poison on the airwaves that is literally coming, from places like that. The Indiana Fever perhaps are more dangerous without Caitlin Clark. And yes, there's some marginal stats where defensively it looks like they are playing a little bit better the last two.
That's right. She really said it with her whole chest, like we were all supposed to forget Clark's 40-point triple-doubles in March Madness while Reese was out there stacking vibes and rebounds. Cute. Fast forward to now, and the anti-Caitlin brigade is back like they never left, foaming at the mouth because the Fever pulled off a couple of wins without her, and not just any wins, real, legitimate, scoreboard-tipping wins.
All right, so shout out to Ken Swift. All over it, man. All over it. We have Carolyn Peck back at it once again with the nonsense, trying to spread the narrative that now the Indiana Fever don't even need Caitlin Clark. Don't even need Caitlin Clark. Plays better without Caitlin Clark. Now, this same person, right? This same person said that Angel Reese was a better rookie than Caitlin Clark. I guess they were saying at this moment, but her reason was just nonsensical as well.
But let's get one thing straight. Those wins aren't proof Caitlin's a problem. They're proof that a professional basketball team with professional basketball players can, in fact, win basketball games. Shocking, I know, and yet somehow this morphed into, see, Caitlin's overrated, from the same people who still think microwave popcorn is a gourmet snack. The logic here is wild. Imagine LeBron missing a game and the Lakers winning, and someone going, aha, they're better without him. No, Brenda.
Up out of here. I see what y'all doing. The funny thing is, we knew y'all was going to do this. We knew y'all was going to do this. Saying the Indiana Fever are better without Caitlin Clark is a flat-out joke, and you're just a flat-out hater. You're just a flat-out hater. Where's the red nose? Put it on because you're a clown. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. Caitlin Clark is probably the second best, if not the best player in the league. The best point guard in the league, hands down.
That's not how elite athletes or basic common sense work. Short-term wins in Clark's absence are a credit to the Fever's hustle. They found rhythm, they moved the ball, they tightened up the defense. That's what good teams do when their star is sidelined. They adapt. It's all part of this new Fever dream, the idea that somehow the Fever are better without the very person responsible for putting them back on the map. Now let's not pretend that map wasn't crumpled up in someone's glove compartment next to expired gum before Caitlin got there. The Fever were about as relevant as a landline before she arrived. Now, sellouts, primetime, national debates, Commissioner's Cup chatter. We're talking about Indiana Fever basketball on a Tuesday like it's the NBA Finals. That's not coincidence, that's Caitlin. But oh, the jealousy. It's not just loud, it's operatic. There's something about Clark that just triggers people. Maybe it's the logo threes. Maybe it's the fact that she makes triple doubles look like lunch orders. Maybe it's just good old-fashioned resentment. Whatever it is, the salt is real, and it's Himalayan pink.
I have been seeing the most ridiculous takes over the last couple games. Yes, the Fever has had success in the last couple games. However, the Fever is not a better team without Caitlin Clark. Let me say that again. The Fever is not a better team without Caitlin Clark. I really think this season with her battling all these injuries has some of y'all losing y'all brain cells, because make it make sense. The reason why the Fever have been successful in the last couple of games is because they are now doing what they were supposed to be doing all season, okay? And when Caitlin Clark comes back 100% healthy, 20-40 points, okay, period.
What's even more comical is how some of these ESPN segments are starting to feel like performance art. Analysts deadpan saying the team is more dangerous without Clark, like we didn't all just watch her drag the team back from a double-digit hole 2 weeks ago. Here's the thing, no one in the anti-Clark echo chamber wants to admit her presence raises the standard. She doesn't just run the offense, she elevates it. Her very existence on the court forces opponents to adjust their entire defensive scheme. You don't game plan for someone who might go off, you game plan for someone who will, even on an off night. Caitlin draws double teams in her sleep. That opens up lanes, creates mismatches, and puts her teammates in a position to succeed, even if the box score doesn't scream it. And that's the part the haters can't stand, because they don't want her to be the engine. They want her to be the problem. They need her to fail, not just to justify their own nonsense takes, but because her success forces them to reckon with the fact that they were wrong. Loud wrong. Wrong with extra sauce.
You in your heart should believe that the Indiana Fever should go ahead and trade her, since everything is set without her, since the offensive ceiling comes back to earth when you do that thing. The Indiana Fever had 2 huge wins this week that I knew would get weaponized by the dumbest amongst us, as I'll call them, to say these things, when I think both of these games had circumstances for the Fever to come out and play like that. Nafisa Collier comes out and gives an all-time atrocious performance that almost reflects nothing that she did in the first half of the year.
But let's not kid ourselves. This isn't just basketball beef, this is cultural. The way Clark has been covered, criticized, and dissected is in a completely different orbit. She's treated like a glitch in the Matrix, an uninvited guest at a dinner party where everyone else got there by bus and she parachuted in with a crowd-surfing goat. It's the strangest phenomenon. One player dominates the stat sheets, drives the ratings, breaks rookie records, and yet somehow she's the problem? That's like blaming Wi-Fi for your phone's battery dying. Really? She offered to pay her coach's fine because she felt responsible. She's on the bench cheering like a maniac when she's injured. She doesn't just play, she invests. She shows up in the film room, on the court, in the locker room, and even in the media when her name's getting dragged for absolutely no reason. This isn't just a good player. This is a generational talent who actually cares. And the fact that she's getting crucified for it, that tells you more about the critics than it does about her, because real ones don't panic when the spotlight shifts. They rise. Caitlin Clark is rising. The haters are melting. Simple math.
In this video, both involving Caitlin Clark, we got ESPN once again, making complete idiots out of themselves when it comes to Caitlin Clark. There is no other media entity that hates them some Caitlin Clark like ESPN. Should not be surprising when you have followed their history for the last decade. And I'm talking about ESPN. That's exactly why, by the way, their ratings have steadily declined for the last decade. Is clown show takes like you got after the Fever defeated the Aces without Caitlin Clark.
So when these talking heads go on air and say the Fever are better without her, what they're really saying is they can't handle the pressure she brings, because pressure exposes cracks. Clark doesn't just bring eyeballs, she brings expectations. The other was making headlines for pointing at her finger. You do the math. Yet somehow we ended up here, with people seriously arguing that short-term wins without Caitlin Clark prove something other than basketball is, in fact, a team sport. Next, they'll be saying gravity is optional and water isn't wet. The real story? The Fever figured some things out in Clark's absence. That's a good thing. It means they're maturing, growing, learning how to win under pressure. But once she's back in the lineup, That's when the real fun starts, because now they've got the confidence and the superstar. So, if you're out here celebrating like Caitlyn's the problem, enjoy the moment. It's cute, it's temporary, and it's gonna age like milk on a summer sidewalk.
This is the same woman that said Angel Reese should have won Rookie of the Year and had a nice lead. Check this out.
If you had to log your vote today, who would your Rookie of the Year be in the WNBA?
I mean, it is a thin line. It's really tight. But when you look at where the teams are, and I also went a little deeper and I looked at plus minus, and I also look at net rating. And when you look at that, Angel Reese has to get the nod. Now, I know it's not a popular position to take, but
I keep receipts. Not only is not popular, it's just dumb. Nobody in history is paying money to watch a bunch of rebounds. On top of that, Caitlin Clark just dropped a triple-double that day, and she just didn't care about it. I remember that day. I hold respect.
Because when CC gets back and the Fever start cooking with a full roster, these same people are going to be scrambling for new talking points like they lost their Wi-Fi mid-argument. Caitlin Clark isn't subtraction, but spoiler alert, it isn't. And just when you thought the delusion couldn't get any richer, here comes the latest masterstroke, Caitlin Clark being ranked 9th in some of these WNBA player polls. 9th. As if the rest of the league is out here dropping logo threes, averaging near triple doubles, and dragging entire franchises out of basketball purgatory. Let's be honest, Clark's not just top-tier talent, she's one in their nightmares. Rent-free, fully furnished, and hosting brunch on Sunday. But sure, let's act like she belongs behind players who spike their averages during press conferences and triple their turnovers when a game actually matters. They could build a pyramid with all the salt coming from this jealousy parade.
Last night, the Indiana Fever beat the Las Vegas Aces for the first time since 2019. That brings the Fever's record to 3-1 without Caitlin Clark. So now, of course, the conversation has become, are the Fever better without Caitlin Clark? And me personally, I think the answer to that question is no, but they do look better without her, and they have been playing better without her. Coach Stephanie White's system, offensively and defensively, have been able to be showcased. Offensively, the ball is moving. The system is being ran through Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston. And by the way, Aaliyah Boston has been playing at an MVP level. She definitely will make an all-W team.
And don't even get started on the anonymous voting. Nothing screams credibility like shady ballots and hidden identities. If you're going to snub someone who is single-handedly keeping WNBA ticket sales alive, at least have the courtesy to sign your name in cursive. You think defenses are sweating now? Wait until Clark walks back into that locker room with her usual calm swagger and says, "Cool, y'all held it down. Now let's torch the league." All of a sudden, the pressure spreads. Now teams can't just send a box and one at Caitlin because the others are making them pay. Now Clark doesn't have to do everything every night. She can slice you apart at half sped because her teammates have leveled up. Congratulations, haters. By trying to spin her absence as proof she's overrated, you've just helped her create a better support cast, and the league is going to regret it. Oh, and bless the Sky fans, they've been very vocal lately with their 5-star Yelp reviews of the Indiana Fever.
But this victory, as it always does, brings out the lunatics. And what I mean by lunatics is the Caitlin Clark haters. Oh, here they come. The team is better without Caitlin Clark in the lineup. How much meth did you have to do? How much of the crack cocaine did you have to do to determine that you believe that this team is better without Caitlin Clark? Now, I will tell you this. I believe there's been some key moves, and we have yet to witness whether or not Stephanie White knows how to use Caitlin.
According to them, Clark is overrated, Angel Reese is Rookie of the Year, and water is dry. Absolutely trustworthy analysis from the same fan base that once tried to convince the world Kalia Copper was going to reinvent the small forward position. Let's give them a round of applause for staying on brand, loud, wrong, and extremely confident about both. She's been grinding. Meanwhile, Clark has been out here conducting an orchestra of chaos, passing, scoring, leading, and somehow still getting blamed for everything from missed threes to climate change. Let's clear something up for the millionth time. Clark's not overrated. She's overexposed to people who can't handle her existence. There's a difference. When every camera's on you and every opponent treats your jersey like a dartboard, it's not a matter of stats, it's a matter of survival. Clark's been thriving in that spotlight while half the league hides behind screen assists and role player energy. And this whole "the Fever play better without her" storyline, it's got the structural integrity of a wet napkin. Yes, they've looked more fluid in some games recently.
And it says Caitlin Clark, groin, ruled out for Saturday. So I say, oh, that's interesting. I haven't seen anything from the Indiana Fever yet, but maybe I'm behind. Boom, I check the Indiana Fever socials and I see nothing. Nothing on the Indiana Fever socials. So I said, okay, let me take note of that. Let me put it to the side just in case.
You know why? Because they stopped playing musical chairs with their rotations. Because the younger players are finally adjusting to the pace. Because, newsflash, they also played better after DeWanna Bonner left the team. Let's talk about that Bonner departure too. When she left, it opened up space, literally and figuratively. Some players stepped up without that veteran shadow looming. It's what happens on every team that evolves. Roles shift, confidence grows, but somehow in this alternate ESPN-fueled timeline, Clark is being held responsible for chemistry that was still cooking in the microwave. Make it make sense. These talking heads are out here cherry-picking 5-game sample sizes like it's a courtroom exhibit. No one's mentioning that the first chunk of the season was a trial by fire, new coach, new system, a fresh-faced rookie with a bullseye on her back the size of a billboard. But nah, let's pretend like everything was sunshine and rainbows the moment she hit the bench, because sure, that's totally how development works. Step aside decades of sports psychology, we've got Twitter takes to guide us now.
So the Indiana Fever win a few games without Caitlin Clark, and now it's they play better without her. They need to trade her. Erin McDonald needs to start over her. Clark doesn't need to have the ball in her hand. Blah, blah, blah. I hate you people, and y'all are dumb as man. The same Indiana Fever team that lost to the Connecticut Sun, the worst team in the league without Clark playing. The same Indiana Fever that lost to the Sparks the other day without Clark playing, another bottom of the barrel team. We're talking about superstar Caitlin Clark, right? Caitlin Clark that went off versus the New York Liberty, the defending champs, to even set the team up to play it.
And let's not forget what Clark's absence really exposed: the rest of the league's obsession with her. ESPN ran more stories about Clark not playing than they've run about some players in their entire careers. Every highlight, every hot take, every fake controversy, Clark is the main character whether she's on the court or not, and it's working. So yes, the Fever have played better recently. That's what happens when a young team figures it out. But Clark's return is going to elevate everything. The confidence they've built without her will make them stronger with her. And when that happens, I hope the people who ranked her 9th will be brave enough to revisit their list and realize they were looking at it upside down. Because Caitlin Clark isn't just top 10, she's the storm coming for your top 5. And when she walks back onto that court, all these hot takes, anonymous polls, and Sky fan fantasy theories are going to age about as well as milk in a sauna.